I wish I could give us better news. So let's get into it. Unfortunately, I do not have good news. We have a couple problems with the seed starting experiment. If you're new here, hi, my name is Ashley. Welcome to my channel. We are doing a seed starting experiment where essentially I have never grown anything from seed before, and this year I am doing an entire garden spread with seeds that I have been starting inside. We're at about the 3-week mark now, and I have an update for you, and it's not the end of the world, but the update today is not amazing. I came across something really not so great last night. So the first thing that I noticed is that my plants seem to be way behind compared to other people's in the same zone as me for when they've started it. I'm not really sure why that is. I did go and buy some fertilizer to do today with my watering to help try to grow the roots and the leaves more before I transplant them. But here is the other bigger issue. This tray has been my best producing in terms of height and leafy growth. The tomatoes have been doing so amazing in here. Ooh, I'm starting to smell those tomatoes. They smell so good. Well, this self-watering tray, it has taken 3 weeks, but it finally emptied, and I noticed that some of these were wilting and looking like they were not gonna make it because they needed water desperately. So I went to go water them, and I actually lifted this tray to just put more water in the bottom so it could continue self-watering. And that's when I noticed this. The roots have grown through the self-watering mat, and I still have not pulled this thing out completely to see if it is more than just that one. Oh, this is gonna make a huge mess. Oh, we definitely have some more that have grown through it. Oh my gosh. Because they grew so fast, they just completely grew right through this mat. We have technically 2 weeks, I think, until the last frost date, a little less than that. Will I be ready in my yard in about a week? I don't think so. I think for me, my transplanting is gonna be 2 to 3 weeks from now. A little bit more growth in the tomatoes here, as well as the zinnias, and a little bit in the marigolds back there. These pea pellets are just so hard to keep moist, but we are still getting some growth. You can see the peppers are getting their first set of true leaves. Chamomile is really coming out now. This tray, this has been my favorite tray. I do think I need to make changes for next year in what I plant in here, but look at these tomato plants. These tomatoes are doing really well. We had a couple casualties here, but we had a cucumber casualty soon after I repotted these. We have some more new growth in here as well. This is probably my least favorite so far just because it's taken so long for everything to grow. These have just been growing in their own little solo cups now, staying moist. And then you guys, look at the growth here. This guy is just taking off. I totally forgot that I had this available when I was up potting last time. I'm going to use it today in hopes that I don't make as big of a mess as I did last time because that was not fun to clean up. I also have these seeds. I wanted to plant them and grow them a year ago. That's when I bought them. I don't know if you've ever heard of this. This is a sensitive plant where you touch them and their leaves like shrivel up really quickly. I actually, when I lived in Indonesia, I saw these in the wild one time. My friend from Japan, I had never heard of them. I would have never known, but she knew of this plant. So she like briefly touched it and it like all closed. It was just the coolest thing ever. And I found that you could buy these online, some of the seeds. So I bought a pack of them, well, technically 5 packs. So once this is all said and done and all of this is out in the garden and I have some time where I can breathe again, I am going to start these. So stay tuned for that. Oh, this is kind of smaller than I thought it would be, but that's okay. Dog mom. Should probably grab the labels for these so I know what I'm looking at. I definitely am learning so much doing this though. Unfortunately, just going to have to rip them. It's the only way. Oh, and there goes the mess. This will. I like how these come out though like that. We have our first done and it is the loofah. And good news, I just went and got cattle panels to be able to do my cattle panel, my cattle panel trellis with the loofah, pumpkin, watermelon, and cucumbers. I'm so excited. I just spelled loofah wrong. And I know I did, but I already did it, so. I spelled it like the shower loofah instead of L-U-F-F-A. I actually just learned that while I was editing the very first video for this series. Oh, this one's a twofer, so we have to split these out. Look at that, holy roots. This needed to be up potted a long time ago. Poor guys have been suffering. Because now separating them is not going to be easy. I don't know if I'll be able to separate them. And this is gonna put them in a lot of shock, which is not what we want. I cannot do it with gloves on. So sorry. All right, well, we did the best we could in separating the roots out. I got this little mat out to keep a clean area, and it's just not clean. It's really not doing much. There is my pumpkin. You know, this year I have been so stressed already the last couple of weeks with getting the seeds going, tending to the seedlings, making sure they're all good, while also trying to do my backyard build or renovation. I've been calling it either or, it's the same thing, but also trying to get those garden beds ready and done in time to do all of this. It has been so stressful, and I am just really looking forward to next year, because next year I will already have all of these systems in place. Everything will just be so much easier next year and not stressful, that I can actually just truly enjoy the entire process from start to finish. Not that I'm not enjoying it now, I am loving this, but it's like I can't breathe sometimes, and like today, I don't necessarily have the time to sit here and spend 3 hours up potting. Like I wasn't prepared for it. I wasn't planning on doing this for at least, you know, a few more days, but I have to do it now after seeing what I saw last night. But I know now what to look for, when to look for it, what this will look like, and the time that it takes to do it, because I also did not realize how much time up potting takes. It is very time consuming. I'm thankful that I get to do this in general, because this brings me a lot of happiness. Hi, chicken nugget. Hi, baby. You smell the plants? You want to say hi? Look it, right there. Right there. You see yourself? Straight ahead. What is that? Mwah! She hates the camera. I posted a video where I was brushing her on, she has her own page. It was a video where I was brushing her. And someone commented saying, why would I rip all of my dog's hair out? German Shepherds, they shed every single day, 365 days a year. They were genuinely concerned that I was harming her by ripping out her hair. I just didn't even respond. I was like, okay, clearly you don't have a dog. Let's see how easy this will pull apart. Gently, gently. Nice. That was awesome. I definitely plan to do all of my tomatoes in this next year, because they grew perfectly in here. And tomatoes are one that they will grow their roots up a little bit. So I'm gonna plant them deep down to grow more roots up. It does get to a point though, not all of those fuzzies on tomatoes will grow roots. And some people don't know that. I learned that, because there's apparently a lot of tomato misinformation that happens online. It is so hard to garden with gloves. I don't know. It's not for me. I love feeling the soil under my fingernails. Tomato plants, 4 days. Ooh, this one has 4. Ready? This was the perfect time for these tomatoes. Started my garden last year in June. I think it was June 9th specifically, so a month after the last frost date. And I went and bought the already pre-done plants, you know, from the store. And I think I fertilized maybe one time, maybe. So that is going to make a big difference this year. We don't have a long grow season in Michigan in Zone 6B. So planting them sooner outside, and then I'm going to be so heavy on the fertilization this year so that I can actually get blooms and fruit from it. The Roma tomatoes are the tomatoes that I eat and use the most. really sad to report my strongest broccoli sprout snapped in half. This is the second one that snapped in half. These are so fragile. We have lettuce, basil, Roma tomatoes, and then I have broccoli and eggplant, as well as the other things that we did on camera earlier together. Lettuce and basil, it is so small. Like the roots are almost non-existent. So of the like 15 of each, I did 6 lettuce and 5 basil. I have more growing that I left in those trays, which I have learned my lesson the hard and frustrating way that I either need to plant next year 1 seed in a cup, just 1. And if it doesn't germinate, then put another seed in. And if it does, amazing, because trying to separate them out is just, it's too much. And then to try to plant them because they're so tiny and there's hardly any roots. Or just leave them in the tray the exact way that it was until it's time to take them and transplant them out in the garden. Because that was not, never again. Still have all of those peat pellets to do. I just made this disgusting concoction made out of fish fertilizer. I used 2 tablespoons for 1 gallon, and this is a 5-1-1. The 5 for the nitrogen is what is going to help your roots and for your plants to grow leafy, which is what you want for newer seedlings. Smells so bad. These are the new up-potted plants to the eggplant, broccoli, basil, and lettuce. I am going to be giving these just a normal watering this time around. A lot of them don't have their first leaves yet, their first true leaves yet. And these are wilting very quickly, so I want to get some water to them. This is one of those projects that once I've started, I just want to get it done so I can be done with it. I can smell that fish fertilizer. Ugh. Yeah, these are rock solid. Like these peat pellets, I don't know, man. I have mixed feelings about them for sure. And I definitely wanted to make sure that I got to these and repotted them because these are the only banana peppers I planted in any of these methods. So if these don't make it, because also banana peppers, I was supposed to start these a month before I did, maybe even more. So I'm already really behind. The garden centers just opened in my area and I want so badly to go peruse through them, but I'm telling myself not until everything is ready to go. All right, let's speed this up. The banana peppers are now done. Let's go check on the fish fertilizer. It is not going very well. It's not sucking up any of that fish fertilizer. As you can see, it's still pretty full. So I'm going to help it along by just spooning some in right now. And honestly, it could just be because this is the first time I am watering them. So the next batch has been established in the cups already. This is not their first watering in the cups like these ones. So they should hopefully suck all of the fish fertilizer water up. I don't know why some are floating and some are not. That's so strange. They're all in now and some of them have already soaked through to the top, so they definitely are going to be a success with the bottom watering. It is 10 p.m. and I am finally done for the night. I am so over it that everything that's left on this tray is being thrown away because all of that, I already have like 10 or more of those same plants. This is the setup now. I put more water in here. This is everything that was small that I just put water in, all repotted. This is my tomatoes, marigold, and zinnias that I did the fish fertilizer with. I crammed the 2 trays that were here, I crammed them all into this one. So next time I water this will be getting fish fertilizer, but it is still damp, so it did not need watering tonight. And this was everything that got fish fertilizer tonight. It is so crammed. I cannot fit anything more. I can't wait to be, I'm rewatching Jury Duty. When I do things that are taking my full concentration, I just put on something I've already seen in the background or something that I don't really care about, which again, I've already seen Jury Duty, so I put that on. I can't wait until it's all planted in the garden because wow, it is crazy. But I also love watching it grow bigger and overtake this space. Like, this is so satisfying to me. I love seeing it. I come in here every morning with my coffee and I just look. When I turn the lights on, I just look and admire all of the plants. I love seeing it. But that's gonna do me in for tonight. I still have so much. Oh my gosh, look at this mess that I made. The floor. The floor is covered in dirt. I don't know if you can see that. The table is chaotic and it is a mess, but I need to pause and go eat dinner because again, it's 10 p.m. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate all the love and the support. Leave a comment letting me know what you think my biggest crop harvest plant will be, whether it's cucumber, zucchini, pumpkin, loofah, tomatoes. What do you think I'm going to grow the most of this year? I'll see you soon. Bye.